Okay, remember last week, Esther came to Ahasuerus' throne, and he told her, you know what, whatever you want, I will give it to you. I'll give you part of my kingdom if you want. And she said, what I really want, what I want is for you and Haman to come to dinner tomorrow night. Which, okay, the king said, all right, sure, we'll join you for dinner. That night, the king couldn't sleep well. So he said, okay, I need a bedtime story. Someone bring me the records of everything that's happened in my kingdom while I've been king. And so they brought him the records, and they were reading him the records, and they got to the part where Mordecai had warned that some people were going to kill him, and that it ended in those people being executed, and the king was fine. He said, wait a minute. What did we do to reward Mordecai for doing this, for saving my life? Nothing. We didn't do anything. Meanwhile, Haman had gone home that night to his family, and he said, I get to go to dinner with the king and the queen. And she didn't invite anybody but me to have dinner with her and the king. But you know what? I can't enjoy that because Mordecai is still not bowing down and worshiping me, and that makes me so mad I can't enjoy it. So his wife said, well, you know what you should do is you should build a gallows to hang Mordecai on and go ask the king's permission. Don't wait for the year from now when you're going to kill all the Jews. Go ask for the king's permission to kill Mordecai now. Well, he liked that idea so well. He went to the king. And he went to the king and he intended to ask to be able to kill Mordecai. He had already built the gallows. When he walked in, the king said, oh, I'm glad to see you. I'm so happy to see you because I have this problem. There's someone I want to honor. I want to just show this guy a lot of honor. What should I do to honor? Well, Haman said, well, I'm the only one invited to the dinner with the king and the queen, and I'm the king's right-hand man. Who could he want to honor but me? So let's see, what would I like? I want, king, you should take your horse and have the man put on your horse. And you should take some of your royal robes and have them put on the man. And you should have your most prestigious castle official lead the horse with the man on it through the city streets, declaring, this is what we do to people the king wants to honor. And the king said, oh, that's a good idea. I like that idea. You, my most honored castle official, go get my horse, go get Mordecai, put my robe on him, and you lead him through the streets, telling everybody this is what the king does to those he wants to honor. What could Haman do? He certainly couldn't ask, oh, then can I go hang him after this? So he couldn't do that. He did what the king told him. He paraded Mordecai through the streets, and then he went home very upset. And his wife and his family said, you know what? The Jews have this weird reputation, and if you've already started to fall in favor of the Jews, you're not going to win. But right then, he had to get ready to go to dinner with the king and queen. So they had a nice dinner, and when everybody was done eating and they were all so happy, the king said, okay, Esther, what is your real request? And Esther said, well, I want you to come to dinner again tomorrow. Well, he can't turn away free food. He probably paid for it. But anyway, he decided, okay, we'll come to dinner again tomorrow. So they came to dinner again the next night. And he said, all right, we've had dinner 2 nights. You've taken all this trouble. What do you want? She said, King, if you really love me, don't kill me and my family. What? Totally out of the blue. He had no idea. She said, means me. At this point, Haman knew he was in trouble. The king got so mad, he got up and he went to cool off in the garden, walk around, cool his head. Haman fell down in front of Esther and began begging for his life. The king came in, thought he was attacking Esther, and he yelled, and the palace guards put a black hood over Haman and led him away. When someone has been sentenced to die in this culture, they put a black hood over them so the king doesn't have to see their face ever again. The king got word Haman had built the gallows to kill Mordecai on. He ordered that Haman be taken out and hanged on his own gallows. So Haman died. King said, Queen, what do we got to do now? How can we fix it? We can't change the laws of the Persian. Once the law is passed, we can't change it. So what do we do now? She said, pass a law that my people can fight back, that they can take vengeance on all of their enemies and protect themselves. And that is exactly what happened. When the time came for there to be, that was supposed to be the time of death of all the Jews ended up winning. They defeated all their enemies. They killed hundreds of people throughout the kingdom. And the Jews actually still celebrate this as the Feast of Purim, even today, as celebrating the time when God saved his people. Now, how did God save his people? Doesn't it look like Esther saved the people? It kind of looks that way. But how did Esther win? How did she become queen? God put the favor in the king's heart to love Esther more than any of the other women in the kingdom. God placed Esther in this office for this job. So when you in your life find a job at your hand that needs to be done, it is probably that God has put that job in your hands and it's for you to do. That's why he gave you the job and gives you a passion for that job. Is because that's what he wants you to do. Okay? Let's sing a song. One door and only one, and yet the sides are two. Inside and outside, on which side are you? One door and only one, and yet the sides are two. I'm on the inside, on which side are you? Real quick, the Bible says that Jesus is the door. If we are on the inside, that means we are serving him, we are in his protection, and we are in his kingdom. If we are on the outside, then we are not serving him. Okay? So let's sing it again. One door and only one.